Thank you for that illuminating and powerful speech. We clean this up.
I will clean it up.
I think we all
I've got
should
my
clean
bag
it.
somewhere.
John. I'll open. Yeah.
Thank you everyone, and thank you Nadam especially for the illuminating and powerful speech. Now I would like to introduce our Toastmasters. Now I would like to introduce our president for Legacy Toastmasters Club. His name is none other than Peter Lee.
Thank you. A very warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for taking your time to attend our little Toastmasters meeting. Right? So right here, I just want to address some of the people that are here. Charlene, thank you very much for coming here. She's the area director for our club. Area director in C1, so she's actually monitoring me. It's okay. Internal because she didn't fail much. Right. So I also like to acknowledge Valerie Chow, area director for. She just told me this joke. She's the area director for not Singtel, not StarHub, but M1. laugh. Alright, so anyway, so was it good or no good?
Yeah. Very good.
Nothing good, no good. Alright. Who in the world will come here, listen to speech, right, and then get a free session? Free there. Right? From what I heard, it was at least 1-2 hour, right? At least
It will be 2.5.
2.5 hours, not 1 hour, not 2 hours. 2.5 hours just for our audience here. Right? So I encourage you, scan ready. Haven't scanned, right? Just look for another, right? Sign up for this very, I would say, transformational session that we will have. Right? So, okay, without further ado, we will have actually more prepared speeches coming out. Okay, and of course, I just want to address Wilson here. Do you know Wilson is actually a basketball player? No. Yeah. Fun fact, he actually was coached by Kobe Bryant. What? He was coached. Okay, again, Kobe Bryant from NBA. So these are the little fun facts that we didn't know.
Yeah, how come keep dropping my basketball like that?
He wants to make you
Because you're not Kobe
cool.
Bryant.
Wants to make you cool. So okay, I won't take up any more time. I'll let the prepared speeches go on, but just remember, right, in Legacy, we want to make every conversation a small little lasting legacy that counts with the person that you meet. Right? With that, back to you, Toastmasters our evening.
Before we go into the project speeches, let me introduce Eugene Sia, who is our language evaluator. So, Eugene, the word of the day.
The word of the day is related to the workshop topic. You want to guess the word? What's the workshop topic?
Respond.
Yeah, so want to guess the word of the day?
Respond.
The word is silence.
Safe.
Silence.
Okay, why do we want to have a word of the day? It is very easy to rehearse, okay, not so easy, but it's relatively easier to rehearse for speech and deliver it well, but it's slightly harder when suddenly the ball drops on you. Again, to use Nada's example. For example, you present to CEO halfway, the CEO say, hey, sorry, you don't have half an hour, you only have 5 minutes. Then what do you do? Or the CEO doesn't come and say, hey, sorry, I'm sending my secretary to listen. Right? Or maybe the CEO didn't tell you to prepare and then say, hey, tomorrow please join me for a meeting to see the board director. So corporate, right? This kind of thing always happens. So if you can use Legacy Toastmaster as a platform to just squeeze in a word like silent, last minute, a bit last minute, but you at least have a few minutes to half an hour to prepare, then we know you will do very well when the CEO calls you to the boardroom. Okay, over to you.
Thank you, Eugene. Okay, so today we will begin, right now we will begin with the project speeches. So the first speaker of the day is Noor Rahman, an introverted disguised as an extrovert. She's someone who values curiosity and honor, and she honors it out by trying out new things outside of her comfort zone, like this Toastmasters program. And Nur Rahman is none other than myself. So let me share with you my objective, like the reason for this speech. Yes, I need to find it. Okay, so the purpose of my project is about gestures and non-verbal cues. So I will do my best to do that. And the person evaluating me is Nicole Lim. So she will be, she's also the timer for today. So for project speeches, 5 minutes is green, 6 minutes is amber, and 7 minutes is red. So once you reach around 7 minutes 30 seconds, you have to end your speech, and that's it. Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, let me begin my speech. Who here likes to travel? Who here likes to travel for free? Okay, recently I was given the opportunity to travel for free. So it's part of work. So business class tickets, 5-star hotels, all expenses paid. It's not just a dream come true, it's a dream wrapped in warm cloth and complimentary hotel slippers. To me, it's more than just a paid holiday. It is about recognition. It's about leveling up. It feels that my hard work is finally being seen and that I'm being rewarded for it. When I tell people that I get to travel for work, they say, wow, so shook. And I feel good. My ego gets a bit of a lift, and yes, indeed, I am the lucky chosen one. But now that I'm back in Singapore and that we have completed this research project, I can confidently say that traveling for work is like a glossy magazine cover. It is glamorous, it is flashy, it is exciting. Until the shine fades and it turns exhausting. The truth is, work doesn't pause just because I'm on a plane. The minute I land, I'm already on constant vigilance. I'm checking my phone, I'm checking my WhatsApp to make sure that I don't miss a single message from my project director, nor am I missing any emails from the client. In the car, on the way to the hotel, my other project director texts me, hey, could you check this couple of slides? But I haven't even checked in yet. The next morning at 8 AM, I have an alignment call with my director just to make sure everything is okay. I wake up 10 minutes prior, still in pajamas with horrendous bed. I answered the call with alertness that I did not possess, hoping I'm sounded like I'm well rested. Then comes the back-to-back focus group discussions, which I'm there to observe, along with the follow-ups, debriefs, and pitches to prospective clients. My lunch, left cold and uneaten. I don't have time to eat. I had too many things to do. And once I'm back in my hotel, it's already 10 PM, yet I'm still sending emails to ensure that the next day runs smoothly. So yes, I traveled for free, but I paid with my time, my energy, my mental capacity. Then came the next trip. Another flight, another city, another 5-star hotel. With the same expectations, the same chaos. But this time, something changed. I became forgetful. I became scattered, frazzled. I left my charger in my hotel. I forgot to bring it with me to the observation room. I left my jacket, and I think I might have forgotten to breathe as well. During the debrief, my project director said something blunt. He wasn't mean, he was just direct about it. But for some reason, I feel my eyes welling up. It wasn't the words, it was the weight. It was the exhaustion I had been suppressing. had been trying so hard, doing everything I could, but it still wasn't enough. That's when the shame crept in. Am I allowed to feel tired? Am I allowed to feel this way when I've been given this wonderful opportunity? I feel so ungrateful for feeling this way. The worst thought was me telling myself, you don't deserve to cry when this has been your dream. So I faked a smile, I made an espresso, and I posted hotel views on Instagram. But on the inside, I was spiraling. Then it was finally time to go home. I was at the airport early, my laptop tucked in my bag, my phone charging, and my body was still. What greeted me was silence. No pain, no prep, no pressure. Just me alone with nothing to do. And in that stillness, I felt it. The rush, the wave of emotions were all rushing in, and I had no energy to fight it. I had been confusing busyness for value. I thought that being productive meant that I had to be busy and I had to be occupied. But that just made me unavailable to myself. I thought that I had to prove something because I was given this opportunity. I thought that I always had to be on. I had to be alert and sharp, prepared and presentable. But what I really needed was rest. I had been wondering why I've been pouring from an empty cup. But because I was running myself dry. So this simple, quiet moment at the airport actually taught me something that no 5-star hotel, no business class ticket could. That rest is not a luxury, it's a requirement. And maybe, just maybe, it's okay that I've outgrown this dream. I lived it, I experienced it, I know what it's all about. So I have no regrets, okay? But now I've changed, and it's okay to change my mind. It doesn't make me weak, it doesn't make me ungrateful. If anything, it just makes me human. So the next time someone says, wow, so lucky you get to travel for work, I'll smile. But on the inside, I'll think to myself, yes, I travel, but the real journey is coming home to myself. Thank you.
Okay, one round.
But schizophrenia too.
What hat are
Thank
you
you,
wearing now?
Rahman. That was a good speech. Okay.
See, doctor. Hey, sign up for another workshop.
Are you Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde now?
Okay, for the next speaker, we have Lee Wee Xiang. Wee Xiang is a hybrid athlete who once wrestled midnight snacks into submission and conquered 20 kg of excess baggage he used to fear stairs, but now he scales them for fun. His hobby is helping others to transform their small steps into life-changing leaps. Over to you, Wee Xiang. Thank you.
The title of my speech today is The Tale of Three Men. Let me tell you a story. It was the year 2014. I was in London. It was a cold winter night. My family and I were there for a vacation, and on this particular night, we were heading back to our hotel. We took the tube, which is a metro in London. We alighted at an unfamiliar station, which is closer to our hotel. Maybe thinking it would save us some time. We exited the station. The surrounding was very quiet and very silent. There wasn't anybody there. It was an abandoned park because it was late in the night. As we were walking back to the hotel, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a man, a short man, standing at the side of the road, holding up a very large piece of map of London. As we approached him, he suddenly turned to me and asked me, "Hi, do you know how to get to King Cross Station?" being the helpful tourist that I am, I gave him the directions to King's Cross Station. And then he replied to me, "Oh, you are so knowledgeable about London. Are you a local over here?" That's where I made my first mistake. I told him, "I'm a tourist." And he replied me, "So am I. It was my first day in London and I'm already lost." Just then, two tall, burly men appeared out of nowhere. The taller of them grabbed the collar of the short man with the map, and he turned to me. "This man is a drug addict. Do you know him?" I was caught aback. My family were too. And instinctively we said, "No, we do not know him, we just met him." The taller man opened up his jacket, took out his wallet, and in 1 second, he flashed us his police badge. He said, "I'm from the London police, and this guy is a wanted drug addict here. We are his accomplice." So, his other partner turned to us and said, "We would like to look at your belongings, your bag. Show us your passport." Something struck me, and my mom opened up her bag and started to show him the contents of the bag. Inside was filled with used tissue paper because the weather was cold and she has been having the sniffles. So instead of throwing them away, all the tissue was in the bag, and he showed it to one of the guys. They were displeased. The shorter of the two told my mom, "Show me your passport. Show me your wallet with your money." My mom said, "We were from Singapore. Show me US dollar." My mom said, "How about Singapore dollar?" They refused to accept Singapore dollar. They insisted our passport and somehow US dollar. So I spoke in a dialect to my mom and said, "These two." and my mom somehow got it. But these two men, they knew we were speaking in an unfamiliar language. And the taller of them turned to me and told me, "Please speak in English." In my mind it was quite strange because they introduced themselves as London police, but they spoke with Eastern European accent, not the typical British accent, which I've heard for the past few days. And now they turned their attention to me, asked me, "You remain quiet." So I wasn't allowed to speak. And they started to ask my other family members for their documents as well, and also their money. I was thinking through. I started to rack my brain, and that's when I noticed the initial man, the shorter of them all, was missing. The person holding the map. So in my mind, somehow it all linked up. I spoke to them, the two of them, and I said, "Well, if you want to, look at our belongings, how about let's do it somewhere else instead of along the street?" And they were adamant about it. The shorter of the two, they said, "Let's do it here." I challenged them, "Why here? Why not over there?" They were at a loss for words. And this back and forth took about maybe 5-10 minutes. In my mind, I knew that something was amiss. And I noticed there was a hotel, not the hotel that I'm staying, maybe 20 meters from where we are standing. So I challenged the two policemen again. And I told them, "Let's go to the hotel over there. I will empty my belongings in front of the hotel staff and you can check all you want." I think perhaps the interaction with the two policemen took quite long, and the shorter of the two, he looks pretty worried because he noticed there were a few people walking towards them across the street, and he signaled to his taller partner and said, "Let's just go." Then both of them just hurriedly left the scene. that's when I told my mom and my family, let's go back to the hotel. We called the police. About half an hour later, the London police showed up in the uniform, a vest, with a lot of shining badges on his vest. And as a sign of precaution, I jokingly told the police officer, can you show me your badge? So he took out his wallet and flashed his badge. And it was a shiny badge. So my lesson learned in this, I would say the moral of the story for this whole incident is to, whenever you're in a foreign country, when someone asks you for directions, be careful of what you answer to them. Yeah, I think that's, thank you for my speech.
Thank you, Wee Xiang, for that wonderful speech. Can we get another round of applause for him? For the next speaker, we have Jeff Louis.
Wow.
Let me read out his intro. Okay. Jeff has a superpower that he is very proud of. He can make people smile when their pants drop. He is a professional weight loss coach. He is the founder of Revo Academy of Wellness, helping hundreds of people to get into shape and health. Over to you, Jeff.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Is 40%, do you consider 40% a minority? Or is quite a big piece of cake? 40%. That is the percentage of people in the Singapore population who has fatty liver. I believe there's a very conservative figure. The same number applies to high cholesterol level, high blood pressure, same. And these are all silent killers. Yeah, I got to satisfy Eugene's criteria. Okay. And to me, it seems that a lot of Singaporeans don't want health. You agree with me? Because these are preventative lifestyle diseases. It means near to 50% of Singaporeans don't want to prevent the unhealthy states. They want to live a lifestyle that can all the disease. Do you agree with me? Right. Then some people start to ask me, so really, why is health not critical? Not desperate enough? Because even if you eat junk today, chances are you'll still be alive tomorrow. True or not? I love prata, I love curry puff, I love fried food. I ate them today. That won't mean I will die tomorrow. In fact, for some of us, we even eat a meal as if it's our last meal. So if you wake up tomorrow, and chances are you will, is this a curse or blessing? Blessing, are you sure? And the next day, you continue that lifestyle. And then you wake up again the next day. And soon, days, months, and years, and even decades pass by, and the diseases that I've mentioned just now will all set upon you. And who are you to blame? Except the mouth. These are all mainly due to mouth. So people start to ask me, can you really get a person to convince them about health and get them to change? I say no, cannot. I'm a professional weight loss coach, but I couldn't convince a person to lose the weight and get into health because it's a very personal choice. And the thing is, when will a person change? When he has enough. Enough of what? Enough of wearing XXL shirts when in fact he should be M size. Enough of standing behind a group of people to take pictures, because I want to show only half the body. And enough of joints and body aches due to the bad structures due to the obesity. But one short formula to know is FOMO. The person will change main attitude to take is something called FOMO. FOMO stands for what? Gen Z? Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out about what? About life. Let's consider our life in a short term on earth. So the magic 4-letter word to know is TERM. Term. T stands for time. When you get healthier and better, do you believe that you have more time on hand in a day? Got more energy to do things? As compared to someone who says, oh, I'm so tired, I go back to sleep. And somehow you will not have that much time in a day, as much as you should have time. E, employability, where no bosses want to employ someone who's giving MCs and being in the behalf all the time, right? And obesity costs companies in Singapore $261 million annually per year in terms of absenteeism and medical bills, and also, my friend taught me this, presenteeism loss. You're not on MC. However, you're present at work. After lunch, you song and tired. And you're still being paid to do your job. That's called presenteeism loss. Unaccountable for. You have better chance of being employed when you're in good health state because you can perform better. You can show your boss that I'm working well, I can concentrate, I can do better proposals because I'm alert and I can concentrate better, much more. Right? And even if you were to apply to a new job, better health state, chances are you'll be employed. I don't think if I'm a boss, I want anybody to come in, oh, I got diabetes, I'm sorry. No matter how good you are, I won't employ you. In army terms, you know what I call these people? Sick chicken. Yes. I don't want sick chicken to come into my platoon, my section, my battalion. Please get go elsewhere. So E, employability. And then R, relationship. You're in better health and better shape, you'll be more confident and higher self-esteem to relate to yourself, even to other people. Some of my clients, the spouse, the wife, some to lose weight in order to keep my husband. And don't think husband just think about relationship, mental, emotional. Guys love to look at. We do. Please, even ladies like to look at pretty handbags, right? Same. Okay. R and M, money. Medical bills. Once you get it, I tell you, better have your life insurance cover and all financial cover ready. If not, you'll be a runaway snowball. You will never know when to stop. So TERM. Okay. So know the word FOMO and know the magic word TERM. Okay. If you really want to change, I'm ready for you when you are ready. Okay? Thank you very much.
For the informational speech. And the last speaker, but not the least, we have Faustina. Thank you, Faustina. So Faustina, a bit of an introduction about Faustina. She is actually asked by Jeff on the spot to give a project speech. So she's being very brave today by doing this. Can we give her a big round of applause? And another fun fact, it's actually her very first speech. Thank you, Faustina. Over to you.
Talking about dropping the bomb, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my icebreaker speech, allow me to share my personal story. A quick show of hand, how many of you have actually encountered a near-death experience? Like once? Twice? And I have 3 times. So, Now imagine this, when you wake up, a moment, you feel your fingers are numbing, and your arms don't work, and your leg doesn't move. So that, and also, swallowing and breathing is actually a struggle. That was me 4 years, exactly 4 years ago. Exactly 4 years ago, right timing. So, a very good evening, everybody. I'm Faustina. By day, I am with a private equity firm with an investment banking arm. Over the weekends, I'm actually a freelance chef, living my passion. And at times, I'm doing my e-commerce business. So I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur also. 4 years ago, I was struck with this autoimmune disease, a very rare one. It's called Guillain-Barré syndrome. So in short, it's GBS. So this autoimmune condition paralyzed me from head to toe. Yeah. So, and fast forward to my recovery, I had to relearn everything, and literally everything, like a baby. So I had to relearn how to walk because I lost all my balance. I lost all my muscle memory. I had to relearn how to talk, and I had to relearn how to smile, holding a cup, holding a pen. I had to relearn everything like writing. Yeah, so it's actually from this recovery journey, I learned something. So my title, actually I have a title of my speech. It's actually from paralysis to purpose, a journey from healing to hope. So it's actually through this medical condition, right? I learned to be resilient. I learned to have hope. And I told myself, when my body don't move, when my limb don't react, but my spirit can. So I keep telling myself that. And also, this recovery let me have more clarity what I want to be. And it is from this journey that I actually developed my own core value. So it's actually recipe. Can you help me to spell recipe by the first letter? R. So is resilient. The next letter. Empowerment. C. Courage. I is integrity. P is passion. The next E is empathy. So I don't have the time to actually elaborate each of all these core values. So, but I told myself, when life hits me with this paralysis, I give it a recipe. Yeah, so that's my speech. And also, right now I'm standing in front of you. I haven't really recovered fully, but I'm getting there. And what I'm very excited about is I have a chance to be able to perform live, because one of my passions is cooking and the other one is singing. So I have the opportunity to perform live this month and next month. So it's not about fame, it's not about popularity, but it is to celebrate I'm living again. Yeah, so I'm opening up to anyone who is free, can come and for me. I'll share a little more details. And then to format ending speech is, so my friend, and though I was once down, but I was never out. And because when life gave me paralysis, I gave it a recipe, which is my core value. Thank you.
Thank you, Faustina, for that bravery and that inspiring personal story. So now I'd like to ask Nicole to share with us how the project speech timings went. Yes.
Everyone was under 7.
Everyone was under 7 minutes, which means everyone qualifies. So So now I'd like to invite the evaluators to come on one by one. First, we have Nicole to evaluate. Yes, Nicole, come in. A HR professional who may speak softly but is stepping boldly into a new journey, one rooted in empathy and the desire to create meaningful human connections. She's also an introvert by nature with a heart for people and a passion for growth. She's just getting started and ready to make every connection count. Okay, Nicole will have 2 minutes for green, 2.5 minutes for amber, and 3 minutes for red. So by 3 minutes, you have to stop your evaluation. And you may begin.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and Nor, especially I'll be evaluating her today. So I truly enjoyed Nor's speech. Who has enjoyed Nor's speech? Everybody, cool. So one strength that stood out was her use of metaphor, which painted these vivid pictures in my head, at least for me. So one example is when she said traveling forward is like a glossy magazine cover, right? And it's very creative and it's very memorable. So another highlight was when Nor opened with questions to engage us, who likes to travel for free, and that immediately captured our attention. We all are like on our toes, okay, so what is this speech about, right? So that's also a very good strength. Okay, so those moments actually immediately drew us in. Okay, and then moving on to Nor's speech objective on gesture and non-verbal cues. Anybody here notice Nor's hands gestures? She did some rights, but I can't exactly remember unless the audience can help, but she was doing this. So there's a couple of hand gestures. Also, in terms of non-verbal cues, so did everybody notice that Nor actually swallowed her saliva? Have a pause before she changed her tone of her speech into something deep, reflective, talking about shame and resentment. So there's also a non-verbal cue for us. And if I can offer one area of growth, it will be to use bigger, more deliberate gesture, like don't be shy, right? Maybe even higher. So we know that's actually a gesture. And also one thing is because Nora is very smiley, right? So she smiles throughout her speech. And so then when that transition into that deep reflective moment, unless you're paying very, very close attention, the shift wasn't very deliberate, basically. Yeah, so that's also a area you can work on. Okay, and overall, I think your blend of metaphor and thoughtful audience questions has made your speech very memorable for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. The next evaluator is Charlene Wong. Charlene loves meaningful conversations, enjoys discovering delicious cuisine, appreciates memorable movies, and cherishes spending time with wonderful company. Charlene, over to you.
Lim Wei Xiang, The Tale of Three Men. Today, Wei Xiang enlightened us with his experience in London with his family as he was a tourist and had an encounter with three very interesting characters. There were so many aspects to Wei Xiang's speech that I liked, two of which. Now firstly, I want to ask everybody, can you all relate to Wei Xiang's story? A show of hands, please. As you can see, the use of personal story is one of the strengths of Wei Xiang's speech. All of us like to hear personal story, and that's what Wei Xiang did. It was so engaging. All of us have traveled, all of us have our own personal story, and that's why really all of us were glued to our seats, eager to hear more. And that was one of the strengths of Wei Xiang's speech. Next is on his delivery. He was a confident, a poised speaker. He spoke clearly, each word clearly articulated, making it easy for us to understand. His hands were opened, showing an open gesture, such that he's not all clammed up. These are all strengths in Wei Xiang's speech. I do have two proposals for Wei Xiang. These again are not criticisms, these are suggestions that Wei Xiang can actually take back so that he can be a more effective speaker. One is on the tone of voice. Throughout Wei Xiang's speech, he has incorporated conversations, and these actually make the speech very interesting. But I would suggest Wei Xiang to perhaps add some act the part. There was one part when the burly man said, "Show me your passport, show me your bag." I suggest he do exactly that. Play the part. Change the tonality of the voice. Act the part. Be that bad guy. This will then actually make the story even more engaging. There was also another part where he actually highlighted, why here? Why not there? Add some variation to your voice, and that can help to engage and change, elevate your speech to the next level. Next is on positioning. Throughout the speech, Wei Xiang was pretty much positioned here. So I suggest Wei Xiang to perhaps start here, chapter 1, where he was actually with his family when he encountered the two burly men. As he has finished the encounter there, walk across to the room. And that's where it helps to transition the story to chapter 2, where he's back in the hotel and he encountered the two real policemen. That can help to create the different chapters in the speech and then help the audience to walk along in the speech. All in all, a very well presented speech, great delivery, great use of personal story. If Wei Xiang can consider varying his tone of voice and also his positioning, that would make him an even better speech speaker. Thank you very much.
And the next evaluator we have is Gillian Quek. She is a university student and enjoys planning as well as organizing events. She enjoys public speaking, to learn from various speakers and enhance her confidence. She likes to network with people from different backgrounds and watch movies. Over to you, Juliet.
So I shall be evaluating Jeffrey's speech by using this acronym FOMO. So F, flashes of brilliance. So the first flash of brilliance is that, did you notice how he grabbed our attention at the start of a rhetorical question? Do you consider 40% a minority or a big piece of cake? This rhetorical question is engaging and it actually sets the stage for all of us, and we want to know more about his story. Secondly, he had very powerful emotional anchors when he used phrases like enough of XXL shirts, standing behind a group, and bad body aches. This helps to connect with his points very emotionally and visually. Thus, we are able to visualize what it's like to not be healthy and want us to change our lifestyle the next time. Thirdly, he had a really good formulaic structure. He used the word term. By using a very memorable acronym, which is term, to back to your message, this actually enhances retention, and all of us will be able to understand his points in a much easier and memorable way as well. So, the O, opportunities to elevate. Jeffrey had a lot of good points in the speech, but now I shall be providing some recommendations on my end on how he can further elevate his speech. So firstly, let's first take a look at his title. His title was FOMO Your Way to Get into Better Weight and Health. I felt it was a bit long, so the title could have been much shorter in terms of FOMO, the silent epidemic. This makes it a lot more attention grabbing, and by having a shorter title, it actually allows the audience to be hooked into your story at the very start. Secondly, I noticed that you were sharing a lot about your own experience. You could try making your stories even more personal by having a personal story or character. Consider adding a specific person's transformation, as people love to hear stories rather than facts. So by sharing stories, it allows your entire speech to be more authentic, and it actually builds connection between the audience and yourself. Thirdly, he could have a stronger call to action. For example, he could say that change doesn't start when the doctor says so. It starts when you say enough. So this will allow us to reflect on our own health, our own lifestyle, and what else we can do to change, to be a better version of ourselves for the next day. So the M. Now I shall be concluding the speech speech, and the most memorable moment for his speech was him using acronyms like FOMO and TERM. These acronyms make it very easy for me to follow through his entire speech. And one key takeaway. I would say one key takeaway is that change starts from ourselves. We shouldn't wait for a doctor to tell us. If we feel that we need to cut down on cholesterol, just do it. Food is definitely life, but we should try to balance out food and our health. Because health, it matters a lot more to us. If we only can perform well if we are healthy. And thanks Jeff once again for sharing such an insightful speech for all of us. And with this, back to the TMD.
And for our last evaluator, we have Valerie. Hi Valerie. Yes, please come on stage. Thank you for doing this evaluation on the slide. We appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I'm doing multiple roles today.
A very good evening to everyone, especially to Faustina. Thank you for your speech to us today. It was very amazing, especially for her first time, and she was put on the spot, but she's still doing very well. Let's give her a round of applause. Heartwarming was your speech when you tell about your journey from paralysis to purpose and healing to hope. So she touches. How many of you has near-death experience? Anybody of you have? Not many of us had, right? And that's how she caught us into her story itself, and then she started narrating it to us. And for a first-time speaker, I would say you really own the stage in sharing it because it was your own personal story. And every time facts tells, but personal story is the one who engage people in this. Especially, this is your icebreaker and you're telling people about your story. So congrats in terms of that. And also, when you tell us about yourself, you also share about a little bit, not just about moving from your health issue to now where you are and you're still healing yourself, but you should share a little bit about your own entrepreneur journey, as well also your own chef, you like to cook and all that, and you as a recipe. I like the way how you link the recipe to your life too, and the recipe for us to progress in our life too. So I like all this creativity that you put in. So how you can upgrade for yourself for your next speech itself. You have a lot of stories. Don't just keep it all in this one speech, but extend it into the future speeches. So focus a little bit, because it's 4 to 6 minutes. You can focus a little bit into maybe your how you move from paralysis to current now. Maybe you can tell us a little bit story, how you pick up to learn to walk again or to speak and so on, so that we understand a little bit more deeper in terms of that. And also expand in terms of recipe. You did say that recipe, I don't have time. Maybe expand on that recipe so we know what's RECIPE a bit more and all that. And then after that, first time you're speaking, sometimes people think they're trying to move around from left to right itself. So be aware of that. So in your future speeches, be aware intentionally where you're going to move on the stage itself. So overall, a very good confidence speech for your first speech. Thank you so much for it. In your next speech, be intentional where you move. Keep your stories tightened so that we have more depth in terms of story. All the best in your journey.
So all of our evaluators meet the time limit. Well done, everyone. So next, I would like to invite the language evaluator Eugene Xia back on stage to give his inputs.
Voting.
Voting.
Then after that, table topic.
After that, table topic. After that, so we do.
Sorry.
So let me just run down the agenda. After he does his language evaluation, we will do voting for project speeches, and we will do voting for evaluators, and then we will do table topics, and then we will do voting for table topics. Yes, and then we'll have a photo taking
And
session.
and then installation of new.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Action pack. Okay.
Yes, action pack. Okay.
Please bear with me, I'm going to be very, very technical. There's a lot of words that probably we have not learned before, and to be very honest, I only learned them after joining Toastmasters. Can I invite all of us to take notes for this? It's so technical that I guarantee by tomorrow morning you wake up, you won't remember most of it. Yeah. For example, just to show you how technical it is, anyone knows what's anaphora? Those who are Toastmasters for at least more than 1 year, I'm sure you know what's anaphora. Most of you haven't heard before. Lisa, do you know what's anaphora?
I used to know.
You used to know, okay. Yeah. So I'm going to share some examples of anaphora that I heard tonight. Then you'll make a guess what is anaphora. Okay? Ne mentioned my time, my energy, my mind. Here's clue number 1. Another clue. I love prata, I love nasi lemak, and I love mee siam. Okay, what do you think is anaphora? Repetition of the exact same word. Easy enough. I don't know why they invented a difficult word for something so easy. So next time when we speak, remember, just repeat and it gives you a certain rhythm. A lot of us make a mistake of using grammatically correct sentences like I love prata, mee siam, and also nasi lemak. Doesn't sound like a speech at all. It sounds like a written essay. So please remember, a written essay is completely different from a speech. Make sure a speech is a speech. Here's another technical term, alliteration. Anyone heard of it? I'm sure Toastmasters heard it, no? Yeah. Great. Example, I give you an example and you see whether you know what is alliteration. I am prepared and presentable. What's that?
Repetition of consonant.
Of the letter. So it's repetition again. Actually, it's no secret that repetition makes a speech much more powerful. Now we're just being very technical since I am assigned to be language interpreter. So we can repeat the exact same word. In other cases, you can repeat the same letter. Anyone remember any other example of alliteration tonight? It's in the speech title actually. To give you a further clue, it is in Faustina's speech title. What is it? What was that? Did you say that? You said that, is it? Healing and hope.
Paralysis to purpose.
Yeah. How did P change to H? Yeah, but both work. Yeah. Also from what to hope again?
Paralysis to
No, that's the original title which I wrote down. But what do you say? From what to hope?
I mean, the second
A healing to
Oh, healing to
healing
hope.
to hope.
Yeah. So double H, double P. Yeah, you notice from today onwards, we are now more aware. Every time you listen to a political speech or your CEO speaking, you know that they're using double P. Eugene Xia likes to use double S. Substance, style, story. That's in my book. So just remember, can I add 3 letters of the same thing during my speech, and that's memorability. Right, so that was the second technical thing. The third technical thing is not very technical. I'm sure all of you have heard of this before. Antithesis. You want to guess what it is? Antithesis. Anti anything is opposite, right? So thesis means what? What's thesis? You all know thesis, right? Like written thesis. Yeah, so antithesis basically means opposite meaning. Opposite meaning. Examples of opposite meaning, and it is very common, especially in No's speech. I'm going to just list out almost every antithesis that she mentioned. He wasn't mean. He was just being direct. Y'all remember this sentence? Well, a lot of us make a mistake of just saying, oh, my boss is a very direct person. Boring. Also just add the opposite in front and suddenly it sounds much better. Well, this is her special gift. Nobody taught you, and somehow I remember the first speech you made was full of antithesis really. It wasn't the weight, it was the exhaustion. Remember this? Now, this one is a more advanced antithesis. Okay, she was almost running a masterclass of antithesis. She said, I was confusing busyness with true value. Also, that doesn't sound like antithesis, but it is, right? Because she contrasted busyness with, you say true value or another true value, right? Yeah. And then another one, very advanced, it can almost be a book title. I was occupied, but it made me unavailable to myself. Wow, beautiful. She's like French cuisine. Yeah, and then another one. Well, I was like smiling while writing all this down. Yeah, but if you can speak slower, I can write faster. She said that rest is not a luxury. It is a requirement. Wow. Hey, it has been 1 hour since your speech, people remember. This is the power of antithesis. And then the last one, wow, that was a real punch in the gut. But before she sat down, I thought like, that should be enough antithesis. Then she said, yes, I do travel, but the real journey is to my own heart. Why? I remember there's this famous violinist in the subway of London, and most people just throw 20 cents. You don't know that you are in the presence of a master. Please get an autograph before you leave.
Throw 20 cents.
Throw 20 cents. Okay, so just now we learned anaphora. And what's anaphora? Repetition of exact same word. Very easy. If you really cannot think of anything, just say I. I came, I saw, I conquered. Hey, sorry, copyright. Who said this? Or alliteration. What's that? That's very easy. Substance, style, story. He was so calm and composed. We hear this all the time. And finally, antithesis. Example. Not this, but this. It's not a luxury, but a requirement. Also, always do this. Okay, enough about the 3 very technical one, less technical one. All starting in A. Asking. Asking is not very technical, right? But you notice how many times people ask questions tonight? For example, hey, who likes to travel for free? Her real gut puncher is, am I allowed to feel tired? Remember this question? I almost wanted to cry. And especially mixed with tonality. Right, because when she comes out, I said, who likes to travel for free? Yeah, and then when she say, am I allowed to feel tired? Wow, you can feel the contrast. Even though there are several sentences in between these 2 questions, I was like, oh my god, this is better than Netflix movie. So that's called asking. And of course, many other speakers asked question. Another A is called anecdote. What's another simpler word for anecdote?
Story.
Yeah, personal story or anecdote. So tonight is full of anecdote, and Wei Xiang holds the record for this. In fact, his entire speech is one anecdote. You already evaluated my master, so I won't repeat. Just remember, if you have the whole story as a whole speech as one anecdote, it needs more meat inside. Especially if people pay you $5,000 to give a keynote. Then it cannot be just tell a story. You need some framework within your story. This would be my suggestion. But your anecdote was very captivating and engaging. Any other anecdotes you heard tonight from any other speaker? Other than Wei Xiang and Faustina, what was the anecdote? She was very vulnerable. That's another A for her. Not only was it an anecdote, it was an authentic anecdote. Some anecdotes, you don't feel like the person is truly sharing the heart. But hers, who felt inspired? Who felt inspired by Faustina? Also, that was called authentic anecdote. And as someone who has been through not health crisis but career crisis, I know how difficult it is to stand in front of strangers to share. So can we all challenge ourselves to do that next time you are here? More authentic anecdote. More A. Analogy. Anyone heard any analogy tonight? We are so used to analogy, we take it for granted, isn't it? Who said that she had to relearn how to walk and talk like a baby? Yeah. Right, we hear it so often, we just say, it's so common. It's not common. Right? Somebody else, not so skilled in speaking, will just say, I have to relearn how to walk and talk. Missing the like a baby. Did you sense how different it is? Another analogy from who said the word sick chicken? That's your memory. Jeff, right? Although I must say that was a common phrase. If you want to make it even more analogy, you can say I saw this sick chicken crawling on the floor. Then really people can visualize a sick chicken coming to work, and then coughing with snot all over the floor. That's exaggeration, I think. Okay. One more analogy from anyone.
Motivational speech.
What is it?
Working in travel for working was like a bossy magazine.
Wow, beautiful. And actually, the evaluation, Nicole also mentioned that, right? Let me see, I did write analogy. Okay, being neat is not my strength. Oh, yes, sorry. It's quite a common analogy. I feel that anyone in mental health can use it all the time. I felt like I was pouring from an empty cup. Right? I'm sure you have heard before. It's a very common phrase. Feel free to use it, especially mental health is such a big concern. Let me just make sure I don't have any other A. Oh, there's an A. I think Charlene actually did mention it. But that was also my feedback, which is during an anecdote, what makes it even more powerful is to ACT. Right? Yeah. It's very strange because I pride myself in speaking well since I was like 6 years old. But somehow in front of the audience, I don't dare to act. I think being an adult has its restriction. I feel like I'm so childish. Let's not make people cringe. But after I became a professional speaker for 10 years, I started acting more and more. And then I realized that my speaking fee became higher and higher each time. So if anyone wants to get paid to speak, remember, release your inner child and start to act. For example, my TED talk, I thought of corporate zombie, then I start to act. Okay, that was quite cringy, sorry. Just remember, if it's appropriate, try your best to act. Okay, I believe there's, last A. Okay, what is FOMO? What kind of A is that? Acronym, very good. TIME, right? TIME. Sorry, one more time. Oh, did I write TIME here? Sorry. My listening skill is to improve. So, if you invent your own acronym, it's more powerful, like what you did. More powerful than just using somebody else's acronym like FOMO. So, congratulations to Jeff on that. Okay, enough is too technical already. Later, I want to give you a bit of warning first. Later, when I run the table, I'm running the table topic, right? I'm going to do it very differently. The usual table topics is far too easy. Like ask you to come up and say, can you share what you fear? And say, oh, I fear cockroach. So too easy. So tonight is a masterclass of technical speech devices starting with the letter A. So later, whoever is brave enough to volunteer say, hey, I want to speak. I will say, please use alliteration. Please use anaphora. The good news is you only have 2 minutes of torture. Okay, over to you. Thank you.
So now, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be doing the voting for project speeches and evaluators. We'll have a QR code where you can scan and it will lead you to the voting page. Let's give us 1 second. Okay. Please scan, vote. Voting closes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Still loading.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Evaluator.
1. And now we go to the evaluators. This is evaluator, right?
No. The previous one.
You only have
Go to
this.
the next page. You should go to the next page.
Oh, sorry. It's the next page. sorry. So, yeah, the evaluators one should be on screen already. On your phone screen, I mean. voting closes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it. Okay, can I welcome back Eugene on stage to begin the table topics for tonight?
Wow. Exactly.
Can we give him a round of applause?
Not easy for you. It's quite easy for me. Because I just have to point at you and you go and sing. I would like to invite especially those first time to Toastmaster to be the first round. Because we may never see you again. Sorry. Please welcome back again. So first of all, who is first time here in Toastmaster? Yeah, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not first time. First time, right? 5. Just now I shook hands. Not first time. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, very good. So there are 8 of you. Please don't immediately rush up on stage. Yeah, so please, I would like alternate gender for gender inclusion. If possible. Yeah, so let's start with female first. Female. Yeah, so it's either yourself or any of the 3 ladies behind.
Okay, well you guys choose,
okay.
we share with you the timing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so for table topics, 1 minute is green, 1.5 minutes is amber, 2 minutes is red. So by 2 minutes you should stop speaking entirely. Okay, so who wants to be the first speaker?
If I don't mind, I invite you. Is it okay? Oh, so sure. Sorry, this excuse has been used once already. So it has been taken, no one else can use it. Anyone would like to check? You look like you're ready. Thank you. Oh no, I haven't given you the topic yet. Since the first one is relatively easy. It's relatively easy. Yeah, all you need to do is your self-introduction, but you must use anaphora. Okay? What's anaphora?
The same word.
Repetition of the same word. Either I or love is, or Singapore is. It's very easy. Just repeat same 3 words in your self-introduction. Okay? Think about it. You don't have to immediately begin with 3 same words. Just warm up first. Say, oh, by the way, I do this. I love this. My passion is this. And then somewhere along the line, squeeze in 3 same words. By the way, just to make you less stressed, it's very easy to conclude with anaphora. So before I close today, let's remind you that Singapore is a beautiful place. That Singapore is a garden city, and Singapore is my home. Also, it's very easy to conclude anaphora. Over to you. So it's a maximum 2, minimum 1. Minimum 1. Yeah, okay. Self-introduction. Yeah.
How many of you have been shamed by your teachers or bosses before? Put up your hand.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I'm not alone. Let me share with you. Bring you back when I was primary 5. The clock was ticking. I was tearing. I can't finish my paper. There was a silence. The next thing I hear, Sharon, stand up. At that moment, I was shocked. Why are you crying? If you have studied hard, you won't be crying. At that moment, I was dumbfounded. From then onward, my voice had been silent. So why I'm here today is to bring up my inner voice. Through this, I enjoy the community, especially I came from my friend Nadam, but I'm sorry I'm late. Yeah. Through my silence, I bring up my art teacher spotted me in my creativities in art. From there, I pursue drawing, and slowly it became my passion, and a passion become my career. So today, I help many of my clients turn undervalued properties into $1 million assets. Just like myself, I was undervalued
once by my teachers, and I was turning into an asset by another art teachers. So today, I don't just build houses, I build lives. Thank you.
Maybe my listening skill not good. That one is antithesis. I don't do houses, I build.
I don't just build
Anaphora needs three same words. Whereas alliteration, two is okay, like calm and connected, for example. It's okay. It's good. We are a very forgiving community. And the fact is, you spoke very well. Who worries? Okay, she looks like she rehearsed before coming. And she's going to be a highly paid public speaker soon, I believe. Yes. Thank you, thank you. Now that she has warmed up the stage, I believe the rest of us feel a lot more confident, right? Now, supposed to be male, remember? Male, female, male. Sorry, this gentleman, your name is? So, you prefer not, is it? Okay, then I respect. Also, for your slot is 9:25. Give you 15 minutes to prepare. Wait, which other male is first time? Oh, no, first time, right? Wait, don't have to be first time. I think second time is okay. It's okay. Second time is okay. Yeah. Especially just now you were sabotage with so many balls. So now give you some moment of limelight and glory. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Same thing, self-introduction, but this time don't use anaphora. Okay, that one far too easy for you. Yeah. Actually, okay. Okay, let us have a few of the same technique then warm up the crowd. Okay, anaphora, okay?
Yeah.
Already self-introduction with anaphora.
Okay, but I never prepare, so.
Of course, that's called table topic.
Okay.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Speak when you press. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Many of you probably know I'm an athlete, but most of you don't know that I broke my leg once. And because of that, I was on wheelchair bound for over a month. I have to limp my way to the army camp and get scolded by my commander, call me out about 12 midnight, and on the company night scold me and yell at me and accuse me of malingering, which means I falsified my medical records. So, being injured, I left the army as a lowly rank recruit, and I entered the workforce as a lowly rank intern. So, I was weak, lowly rank, yeah. So, my bank manager, she would lock me up in the room and scold me for 1.5 hours because of ugly presentations. Slides, which can be done in 15 minutes under my guidance. So, feeling demoralized, I seek comfort food. So I got plump, very fat, obese in fact. Jeff will like me. 130 kg, and I was down. And I looked inward after my father asked me this question. Life sent you the worst monsters, but life also sent you the best teachers. The best teachers I've known in life was Kobe Bryant. He taught me the Mamba mentality. So, I lived out the Mamba mentality. I go to the gym, I ate paleo diet, I woke up well, trained my muscle, and lost all the weight, 28 kg of weight in about 6 months. But look at this now. I call this the Mamba mentality. What it means that to be the best version of yourself every single day. So I fight, I fall, I get back up, I fight again, and lost all the weight. Thank you very much.
Okay, this anaphora quite obvious. What is it? What is it? Aye. Okay. In fact, you repeated it twice, 2 rounds.
Yes.
But for motivational speech, that is very powerful. Another powerful word is you. Right? You get down, right? You fight back up, and you can do it. Also, that because you started with I,
Yes.
so as a speech, it's very important to relate back to what is. Yeah, that's my little value add for you. One more round of applause. Peter later for our future first In fact, we're looking for first half an hour workshop. So if any of you feel confident enough, all we need to see is a half an hour video. We watch it, we like it, and we put you on stage for the next Toastmaster. Okay? Alright, right? Maybe I should go and entertain insurance money. Sorry. Okay, so now should be female, right? Female. Yes. Just remind me your name again. Oh, your name is no? Oh, okay, no. Just checking, just checking. Yes, you look like you're ready. Positive energy. You look like you're ready. Chelsea. Try how to spell so that she can put it in the book.
Gelsey.
Okay, good. Chelsea. First time, right? Toastmaster?
Wow, my heart is pumped.
No, we really warm up the stage for you already.
Okay, I'm just gonna read most of it.
You prepare a speech? I'm not going to give you a topic how to prepare a speech. It's not self-introduction. Okay,
I'm
let's
going to pick the part where it is a self-introduction.
Oh, it is a self-introduction. Now, to make it easy for you, no need anaphora.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
But we will have something like that.
Oh, there is anaphora. Oh!
I don't know whether it is called anaphora or you judge.
That means three same words. Is it three same words? No. Three same letter.
Three same
Letter. No.
phrase lah.
Three same. Okay, we'll just hear it. Then we'll see what it is. Okay, ready?
Okay.
But maximum 2 minutes. Ready?
Wait Wait.
Hey, give her a round of applause.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay. I wore an invisible cape. Okay. Like just many other women do. I'm the chauffeur. I drive my husband to work. I drive my children to therapy, to tuition. I am the everything manager in the office. Okay, I run meetings, chasing deadlines. That was yesterday. Then I was also the event planner. I plan family holidays where I'm already feeling exhausted even before the holiday starts. And sometimes I bring my emotional home. I scolded my children over a small matter like spilled Milo powder. I cried so badly just like